Okay, DIY mod day. So, a couple of jobs I've been putting off on the Ranger for a while now. One of them was installing my fridge slide for the 95 litre fridge that I got. So I've had the slide sitting around. You might have seen the box, which is over there. You might have seen that kicking around in a few videos, just being moved left, right and centre. It's a job that I've been putting off for ages. I didn't want to do it. I knew it would be a pain in the bum. I was right. It wasn't as straightforward as we all plan it to be. We had a few hiccups along the way. So I've gone and put this in now. This is fully fixed, fully mounted. As every bloke would say, once everything's like that and strapped down, she ain't going anywhere. Guys, crack a beer, tune in and get ready to watch a little bit of hyperlapse here on me putting this stuff together. And then we'll come around to the end and I'll walk you through the pros and cons to doing this, what I found helpful, what I do again and what I wouldn't do again. Crack that beer, let's get cracking. Alrighty, fridge slide day. So, we have the Dometic fridge slide for the 95 litre fridge. We're just going to dry fit it here and just pre-mark some holes and see if we can have a look under the cab and make sure we're not going to drill through anything important, wiring harnesses or hoses or anything like that. So I got the boss here, Talia's here, so we're going to just try and dry fit this here so we can see where it's going to go, and then we can mount her up and work out where she's going to live. So let the fun begin. Yeah, if you don't mind. Oh, you can see it? Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yep, you can see it. Yeah? Yeah, it's clear. That's all good. There's nothing there. We marked it out good. So this becomes the vast reality of DIYing. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday night. You can see the bench is a pigsty. It's dark, lights on. We've got the little lights on in the Ranger, camp light, side light on the camp light to try and see what we're doing. Fridge slide installation gone wrong. Not really. Had a couple of minor hiccups we had. So we've got in here, Rivnutted all of them. So they've been Rivnutted. There's about 5 holes in total, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had some issues with the nuts because a couple couple of the M8s have actually pulled through. I did the holes just a little bit too big. So we've got a mix of M8s and M10s in here now. Just come back from the old green shed at Bunnings to get those. So I'm gonna fit this up now, see if I can get this actually mounted to the tray tonight. Then I can get the fridge in, and then that's mounted, and we are making progress. So let's get cracking. Day 3, slowly making progress. Managed to get all the Rivnuts in last night. Holes are bored out. I've cut around the tub liner to make it a little bit better for the Rivnuts to stick to. So I think we're pretty much good to just put the bolts through. Then I'm going to check underneath and see if it's going to impact my spare wheel coming up or not, and if we need to shave off any of those bolts. But at the moment I think I'm just about ready to mount this board with the slide on it into its respective place, and then see if we can get what it looks like underneath of the bolts at full stretch, and go from there if we need to undo them or take a little bit off. We'll see how we go. These flies are annoying the crap out of me. Welcome to summer. Alright, let's get cracking, let's get into it, and let's get this fridge slide finally finished for a job that's been on my list since May. It's now almost November. I'm great at getting stuff done, I swear. Alright, let's get cracking. Slide. I said that I had a few pros and cons for the way I install this and what I'd do again. We'll start with the cons. So the first con on the list is, guys, if you're doing this with a tub liner like I did, just be prepared, it'll be a pain. If I could do it again, I'd probably take the tub liner out, or I'd actually cut where I've put the fridge. It was a pain in the ass. I had an angle grinder in the tub with a knife to cut out enough of a divot, which I'll try and find some pictures of, to cut enough of a divot out to let the Rivnut go all the way through, then paint it. It's just a nightmare. So my first con, if I was to do this again, I would do something with the tub liner, whether that be take it out, go on top of it, just something. So points 2 and 3 probably feed into one another, right? So this is I think it's a 95 litre Dometic Waco fridge. It's the biggest one in their range that they do. Now, this fridge is too big. There's only Talera and myself and the dogs that go out in this, plus we have 75 in the camper. So there's over 160 litres worth of cold storage here, which is probably way too much for the two of us, plus 2 dogs. So I could have got away with a 70, 75 litre fridge, or even a 60, something like that. The con to this is I lose a lot of room in the tub here, especially at the back. But what I've also done is I've actually brought it forward right up to where the tailgate closes. So I'll just show you that now. So when I designed the tailgate to close, if we have a look in here, right, when it closes, I've got enough room there for some stuff to sit at the front, and it sits fairly snug on the tub liner, right? So which is no drama at all. The problem that I have is I used to access the fridge this way, through the wing, and I used to have the door about here, so I could just go bang, access everything I need. Now, you might be saying, oh, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Now, the problem that I have is, because I've moved the fridge back, is that door now is impacted by the glass. So when I close the canopy, which I didn't do when I was dry fitting, I didn't close this back, right? So what that means now, I'll just tilt the camera back a bit, is when we open up this door, that's as far as I go before the door hits. So it's open enough, but it's probably only a 45-degree angle to what I would normally get a full opening on. So just factor that in when you're doing it as well, of actually being able to open your fridge doors. I know it sounds like common sense, like you should know how to do that, but just double check it. I was more focused on this finish here and being as close to the tub closing as I could to make the most out of the space at the back there, because there is a lot of space behind, and I could have come back, right? So there's all the space behind, and I've deliberately done that. I've got a bush dunny here at the moment, but I've got 3 20-litre containers behind there hooked up to my water pump that's sitting under here, which is all on a switch. So we can on-off water pump connected to Jerry, and then I got 2 more spares sitting under there. So just again, just be conscious of where your things are going to finish up. That would probably be my second point, would be the size of the fridge. So yeah, points 2 and 3 are just size of the fridge. I could have gone a size smaller, and placement of fridge or fridge slide to make sure you can fully open those doors, either through your canopy wing, through the back here, when it's fully extended. So I was more focused on finished product, so when we open it out like this, right, so I can get to both of these, so I can get to here, and I can go, oh yeah, I can fully open that, and I can reach into this handle to get that one. All right, again, what I failed to notice was if we push this back, yeah, I gotta do something with that as well. What I failed to notice was this piece here, which says when I open up this door, it hits the back glass. So just factor in that. I love the space. Again, all that water into the water pump here. And then 60 litres worth of jerry, so 20, 20, 20 across the back there, all plumbed in, ready to go. Alright, so they were my 3 cons for, or what I would do again if I was to reinstall this. The 2 things that I would do again any day of the week is Rivnuts. So whilst it was a pain with the tub liner to put the Rivnuts in, the catch-22 is I didn't have to drop a bolt through the tray and go underneath it and screw the nut on the other end, or vice versa, bolt up, nut on. If you haven't used Rivnuts before, this was my first experience with them. They are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to use them pretty much wherever I can now with metal appliances, in terms of hole through and needing a thread. So I would 100% do Rivnuts again any day of the week. And the second thing that I would do again, if I was to redo this project, I would do the board. So I've essentially got 5 M10 nuts going into the tray, 3 at the back, 2 at the front, because a lot of the weight is going to be at the back when the fridge is fully extended, even though it sits on the tailgate. But the reason for the board predominantly was to get this lip over the tailgate. So if I show you this now, so when this slide comes out without the board, you'll see it's very tight. It's very close. So the board just allows a bit of clearance over the tailgate, so it's not rubbing on that when it does it. And I need to fix that board coming out with it. It's just catching on something in there. So I would definitely put this on a board again. And the other reason for that is, as you can see, I've just gone and fitted 3 tie down points at the back here to help me when we do our trip to hook into these ones here on the side there, and then up at the back, right back up here. So as we can start to securely tie down all of the bits that are going to be in the back here. So they're my 2 things that I would do again. Okay guys, that wraps up the fridge slide installation that we've just done in this episode. If you enjoy that one, you might also enjoy us putting these bad boys on the side steps of the Ranger, which I'll put a card to up in the corner now. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please go check out the one up in the corner here to the side step installation. And until next time, I shall see you in the next video.
Ooh, is this on?
Yeah.
Should I be swearing?
Need to then.
Okay.
What I'm just thinking.
How am I supposed to?
Oh my god! Floors! No. What are you doing? I can see you. No.
Upside down there, see?
What? That was so mean! Oh my god! There we go. I'm in front of her! Shane told me.